Welcome to Authors Ideas, a production of JR Global, an MJR production. This series is based on the recent Oxford University Press published book, Global Business in the Age of Destruction and Distraction. As a part of their Global Business series, Gaurav Rastogi joins J.R. Klein and Mahesh Joshi in examining and exploring the disruptive nature of today's world, and introduces ideas for learning how to cope with disruption and remain relevant. Here is your host, J.R. Klein.
Last week we talked about how exceptional organizations are those that go beyond detecting and analyzing failure and try to generate intelligent failures for the purpose of learning and innovating. The power of acting without fear or failure is big because everyone who has a stake in the past runs the risk of failing and therefore seldom tries a new thing. Because they do not try the new things, they are inherently making the system more fragile. More fragile the system is, the bigger the risk of more catastrophic failures. The power to fail is the power to take risks and defies conventional wisdom. It is a new form of power. Its impact on the culture is already evident and will become a more dominant part of all global cultures. Leaders with the ability to think for themselves and think beyond the boundaries of conventional wisdom will be more welcomed in education, the corporate world, politics, and everywhere else. This indicates a shift in cultural norms that previous heroes have now become losers, and a new set of heroes is emerging. These leaders have built up their own core strengths, just as athletes are using muscle training and visiting the gym. In the gym, members learn how to build muscle mass and muscle tone. It is done by working the muscle to exhaustion. It's called muscle fatigue, and though it sounds serious, it simply means working the muscles until they give out. The objective is to push the muscle to the point where the muscle's fibers break. As they rest, they reassemble themselves with a few more fibers than they had been before. The process has built more muscle. The adaptation of purposeful thought, decisions, and practice will have the same effect on the brain as it does on the body. Every failure facilitates learning. Neurologically, the learning process in the brain is the development of neural pathways that connect different areas. These pathways increase memory, build habits, and build mental muscle. The core of the mental exercise is purposely engaging in the change action without regard to its outcomes. It is not a total disregard of everything and everyone, but a way of acting with a finesse that brings satisfaction and understanding that learning is the fine edge of failure. Refined core mental strength is not just the money or the success or the frame. It is about the journey filled with successes and failures. Leaders must understand the new roadmap. They must grasp the magnitude of the challenge and believe in themselves. Their core strength and mastery of the power of failure must be prioritized. They must also allow themselves the luxury of failure without fear. The world is changing quickly, and the old ways of solving problems are the new problem. As the next generation of leaders begins its adventure of life, it is with hope and encouragement that the goal is the journey and not the destination. It is learning, unlearning, and relearning that will move the needle to the next place.
Thank you for listening. If you are interested in more of the author's ideas, look for their Oxford University Press published books on global business, wherever books are sold. If you are interested in contacting the authors, they can be reached at info@jrglobal.co.